Hi, in this session I am going to talk about analytics model deployment. This week we discuss regression model building, and the question is how you can actually use those models in real life. There are many different strategies used for analytics model deployment. One could be real-time reporting. For example, let us say a retail store would like to understand effectiveness of markdown pricing. In large number of cases, the markdown pricing or end of season sale is nothing but a price discount. So they can go for a price discount of 10%, 20%, 30%, 50% or even 70%. So how do they know what will be the sale when they actually give these different types of pricing? So for that, a regression model can be used. Or it can be a simple decision support system which runs the regression model and provides the information which is necessary for taking right decision. Or it can be a mobile apps which can create alerts. So in case of one hospital in India, we actually used regression model to predict who will be the detractor. So here the idea is to come up with a NPS score or net promoter score, and as part of the net promoter scores we classify the patients as promoters as well as detractors. So here the hospital wanted to know at the time of admission whether we can predict who will be detractor, so that their customer service center can actually interact with them and convert the potential detractor to a promoter. So basically there are different types of strategies used when it comes to deployment of regression models. Let me take the specific case of Die Another Day Hospital, for which we developed a regression model to predict the total treatment cost. So this is a model that we developed. We ended up with 5 explanatory variables or 5 predictors, and based on these 5 predictors we have the regression equation. So this regression equation will give us the average or expected value of the treatment cost. We cannot actually quote this price. Remember, y is a normal distribution. That means there is a 50% chance that the actual treatment cost may actually exceed the value predicted using this equation. So we have to put in a strategy in place. For example, the strategy could be to come up with a 95% confidence interval. So it will give us what is the least treatment cost and what is the highest treatment cost at 95% confidence level, and based on the risk appetite of the hospital they can come up with a price, or they can have a risk score. For example, the hospital may say that if we come up with a flat fee, in 90% of the cases the actual treatment cost should be less than the quoted price or the quoted price by the hospital. So based on that we have the equation for y, and we know that it is a normal distribution. We also have the standard error of estimate, and we can come up with the price at 90 percentile and we can quote that price. So this specific example is actually based on a real case that we did. The title of the case is Package Pricing at Mission Hospital, and this is one of the published cases at Harvard Business Publishing as part of IIM Bangalore's case study. So in this case the objective was to predict the treatment cost at the time of admission, and we prepared a simple Excel spreadsheet based on the regression model, and the hospital is able to use that Excel spreadsheet to find what should be the right cost for predicting treatment cost of a patient at the time of admission. Remember, the regression model come with a life, so we cannot use the models forever. So we had to keep updating this model once in every 6 months, or if the prediction goes terribly wrong, because there may be some changes in the environment which may have affected the model. So we have to go and check whether the model is working fine before we actually continue to use these models. The second case that we looked at is called Dean's Dilemma, selection of students for MBA program. In India, whenever it comes to admission to B school, one of the things which potential students and the parents ask is the salary of the graduating students. It plays an important role in attracting good students. So what we did, we collected the data of the graduating class and developed a regression model to predict the salary. And using this regression model, we identified the factors that influence or increase the salary, and that model was then incorporated into the admission strategy. So by doing this, they are able to identify students who are likely to end up in high salary at the time of graduation, and in the long run it will help the college or the school to attract good students. So if you look at, there are many different ways a regression model can be used in real life, and I just mention 2 or 3 examples, but there are large number of examples and cases where regression is used to actually solve real life problems.